Hey guys, it's currently Monday and I'm riding a high right now because our light fixtures were just delivered. Some of them anyway. You would have seen that in the last vlog. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited, and I was not expecting the chandelier to be delivered right away because it said it was out of stock, but just finally moving forward with more house decor, which is very exciting. Although they won't be set up for a little while because I'll need help, either from like an electrician or Christian's dad or somebody. But in the spirit of deliveries, let's open a couple that I've got sitting here. Set that one aside for now. This one's a little busted. Uh-oh. Those better be clean. So as you may have guessed, these are blanks. Clothing blanks. House of Blanks is a Canadian supplier. They even weave the fabric in Canada and sew it in Canada. It's like fully made in Canada. And I've checked out some of their stuff before. I have some of their blanks, although I didn't end up using any for anything. I do like how thick their t-shirts are. They would be great for embroidery, actually. I kind of wish they had a slightly different color selection, but anyway, I was looking at them again just to see what other styles they had for blanks, and I came across these speckle shirts. And these sweatshirts, well, it's more than just sweatshirts, but this was a relaxed fit sweatshirt because I've tried their regular crew necks. I wasn't the biggest fan. But these are a relaxed fit cut, which I think I would like more. And they have this really awesome speckle. Look at this. It's like a rainbow speckle. It'd be so cool with like an art related text phrase, or I don't know what would go on here, honestly, but I wanted to see them. And I did order multiples because it is a minimum $500 order. It's not that hard to hit $500 when the sweatshirts are $40 each, but I think that's a very fair price for something completely made in Canada. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and the sides are different. Yes. That's one thing I didn't like about their original sweatshirts, were the way they did the sides. So here's one of their hoodies that I have, and it's got this interesting side piece. It's not the worst thing ever. It's like a panel on the side under the arm, you know. Their stuff is also not very stretchy. It is 100% cotton though, which is nice. Yeah, that's a hoodie. I'm gonna try one of these on. Wait, how do I know what size is which? There's no tag. Okay, large. So I think I only grabbed medium large and extra large so far anyway. I really just wanted one, but again, $500 minimum. And then there's a couple more things. So we have some speckle shorts. I just wanted to kind of see how these fit. So yeah, I bought those for me. Ha 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 ha. It's like a nice ivory color too as the base, and then the speckle on top. I'm in love. They have a black speckle, but it was sold out of like everything, so I don't know if it's discontinued or if they're gonna restock it, because they list on their website what they're currently showing, what they're currently restocking, and black speckle's not on the list. Now here's a t-shirt that feels quite nice compared to their other t-shirts too. This is a different material. Ew. I wonder if that's just because it's the speckle, or was this like, I think this was a different kind of t-shirt again, like a relaxed fit, or like it had a different name of some kind. Oh yeah, same with this. Okay, I did order a regular one. Yes. Okay, I do love the feel of this a lot more than the original ones. A relaxed fit tee. Now, if this is a large, this is for sure way too big for me. But the last t-shirt I ordered from them was a large, and it's kind of fitted on me. Yeah, this is a large. Okay, so I could probably go with a medium for relaxed fit. Well, no, because of the titty, I'm gonna need some space. I'm just gonna try it over my SpongeBob shirt. Cause like the Comfort Colors ones, I wear a medium. Oh yeah, I could probably go for a medium for this one. This is a little thinner than their other ones, but because of that, it's comfier too. But this still feels like it'd be quite good for embroidery. I still eventually want to look into getting my own manufactured that have a lower neckline, like maybe scoop or square neck. But for like a crew neck, I do like this. I'm just worried that their original t-shirts, people maybe won't reach for them because, again, not as stretchy as like these ones are, and the thicker material, and they're not that soft. but they would be so good for embroidery. This one, I swear, fits tighter. Like, this is my size on this one, I think. Neckline not too high, because you can see the SpongeBob one showing through. I just had to pop into the embroidery room to check on something with Christian. He's back to embroidery today. He's working on the fall floral zips. Because even though these are part of the made to order, there's only one color combo possibility, so he can pre-stitch them out. Anyway, oh my god, this speckle. I definitely think this is my size. This is a large. With the Independent Trading Co. blanks, I'm kind of between a medium and a large. I can't decide what size I like better, so for my stationery one, it's a medium. But then for my older ones, like my Luna, my Strawberry, my Halloween cats, I have a large. But I feel like for House of Blanks, I like the fit of the large. I like the length on these. They're not too long. Oh, I actually love these so much. I'm gonna have to do something on these. Ooh, I'm under this stupid bright light. Let me get out of here. Oh, that's a better look at it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little bit of a warmer tone compared to the one I'm wearing, and a little darker. But yeah, $39 plus tax. So not the cheapest blank, but for made in Canada, whoa. And this shirt just feels premium, like holy. And now another art print unboxing, because the next batch is here. And this is a small box this time. These were shrink wrapped in very small batches, it seems. These are actually part of my most recent order. I paid for express shipping on these just because I was scared I wouldn't have them soon enough. So this is a partial order because I placed 25 different designs that day. Okay, we have, wait a minute. So this is all Beautiful Nightmare split into this many packs. Okay. The mushroom one, I just have one little skinny pack. Hopefully the rest is coming. Kind of weird to partially print it. Now, one thing all of these prints have in common is that they're printed on the matte cardstock. And that is because they're heavy on the black, and that doesn't print that nicely on the soft touch. But what I did differently this time is I used their ultra premium cardstock, like the highest tier. And that feels very nice. Newt I had printed on like the just regular premium, not premium plus, and it felt a little thin, so I splurged on the thicker card for these. Did it double the price of the prints? Yes. But don't worry, I'm not going to charge you guys any different. So yeah, that feels really nice. Yay! Yay, okay. Oh. Okay, good. Those white dots come off on that one. It's just paper dust. This one's got a scuff though. Wah. That'll go in a B grade pile for future mystery boxes. I'll just keep it with the others for now, but yeah, little creep. Same premium plus cardstock. Royal Kitties. I'm gonna call this one Tabby. The cat's actually named Crinkle, but we'll call it Royal Kitties Tabby. There's been big demand over the years for these prints. Well, I don't know how big of a demand. I think they originally weren't prints because I had used a reference photo for the bodies. Although I might have changed some colors. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. And then Beautiful Nightmare. A fan favorite. That's a thick card. Ooh, 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 ooh. Really J on the back. Yeah. So, 4 more designs to add to the pile. This pile over here, which is nowhere near completion. There's a lot more coming. So in yesterday's stream, I was doing some shop prep. I was quality checking the sticky notes and stamping the backs of them. I trimmed the bunny prints because it's printed onto 5x7 card, but because of the dimensions of it, I cut it to be 5x6. So I had a white stripe to cut off the side. And I quality checked some of the Forest Cuddles notepads. And quality checked one bag of pins, which is 50 of them. Just like a good variety shop prep stream. Switching back between tasks, keeping it interesting. But none of those tasks were actually finished. It was just a little bit of each. I've still got a bunch more sticky notes, not just the ones sitting out here, but there are more boxes over here. There are more notepads there, more pins down here. I don't have any more prints to trim, but I do have to go through all of these stacks at some point to quality check them. So I want to chip away at that a little bit right now, at least while I have some energy, because later in the day I want to work on the cat gazebo art. So I sketched this out in the last vlog, and I want to do the sketch digitally because the gazebo itself is a lot of geometry. So I need that figured out, and just like the placement of the kitties I'm gonna play around with. So yeah, I want to start on that later today. But first, let's tackle some sticky notes. They're in bricks like this, and I did 2 bricks of each of those designs. So now let's hit up these ones. Let's see if I can get through all 4 of these bricks, maybe. Oh, we got some boogers! Still not as devastating as that first sticky note order I placed, but still. Not the boogies! It's adhesive, if you're wondering. But why does it get that color? Oh, at least they're cut straight. The ones that had a bunch of boogers were also cut extremely crooked. So we've got the Baylee J stamp. It's a red stamp. I couldn't get pink when I ordered it, but I've been refilling it with pink ink. Okay, and then we stamp. It looks a little pink. I am refilling it with a hot pink, so there's that too. Not like it's ever gonna look pastel. Although as I continue stamping, the imprint gets lighter and lighter. Oh, I did do a bunch of them upside down. I mean, that's fine. Shoot. Anyway, I was gonna show the difference. The first one he stamps always real juicy. By the end of the batch, it's paler. As long as the Baylee J logo is legible, that's all that matters. Oh yeah, peep the new nails. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've never done this combo before. So the base purple, it was a custom color I made because I had a color that looked like this, and it would just instantly fade to blue, and I wasn't a big fan of how it looked. And I mixed in some hot pink, and combined became this. Both those colors are from Gelish, by the way. And then the top coat is a glitter, a clear glitter, but it has a bit of a pink tint to it. So if you do 3 layers of that, it will look like a light pink. That's also by Gelish, and it's the color June Bride. So I did 2 coats of the purple, 1 of the glitter. Ooh. Just look at that. Wow. Well, I got through Sunset Clouds, not Luna Moth, but I'm stopping there because I've got a delivery. Holy, okay. So it's the cat and dog DTF transfers in 3 different sizes. Check sheet before cut. Warranty void if sheet cut. So, let's see if I can see what size this is. One of them has the size labeled in the corner, but it's the bottom corner. This looks like the top. Holy! I've got some size large shirts sitting there, so I want a size 2 to test here. These two look the same size. Is this big one the medium size? Oh, yeah, I think so. Judging by the size of the cat faces. Now am I gonna check this entire roll before I cut it? No. This is way too long. But based on what I see so far, it looks fine, and it's just white. So it's not like there's gonna be a misalignment issue where you see a bit of a white outline because it's all white. Oh, you know what they don't have? Is that color strip along the side. The last times I ordered, I had to cut off this skinny rainbow strip off the side. Otherwise it would get pressed onto your shirts. And that's not on there. Just voided my warranty. So that's what it looks like right side out. It's printed on the back side. And now I kind of want to take one of the ones I cut in half, because to fill the whole sheet I had to cut the design in half. Okay. Then take my heat safe tape, which is full of embroidery room fuzz. There. There is a slight gap in it, so I'm gonna just go here where it's overlapping. And that should be sufficient. So yeah, just taping it back together into one sheet. There is a bit of overlap here. Hopefully that's not a problem. The actual white stuff is on the bottom layer, so it'll still press onto the shirt. But it was worth it to fit more transfers per sheet. And this transfer size is size 2, meaning it's for size large, extra large, and 2XL. This here is a large. And it would cover that much of the back. The one thing about doing these made to order, if I'm giving people the option to put the graphic on the front or the back, is that I will need the heat press out. Like, I thought I would take the heat press out from under the stairs, press all the shirts, put it away. Or at least press half the shirts. Maybe not all of them, just in case they don't sell well. But if I'm doing some on the front, then I can't pre-make them because I don't know the ratio of front to back. And the heat press is just gonna have to stay out somewhere in the room, which would be fine if I really get into DTF stuff. Right now, this is my only DTF project, so I'm like, Because yeah, my original vision for this was a big DTF graphic on the back, and then the locket, the locket. I didn't cut any of the lockets out. The locket goes on the front left chest. But some people asked if they could get it on the front of the shirt, which complicates things for me. And these would be your color options in addition to a heather gray. A lot of these blanks are actually upstairs right now in boxes. Okay, this is one 5-foot sheet cut up with some lockets, some Baylee J logos. I'm real tempted to test this out right now, but I think I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. So you will see it in this vlog, but I need to get to my art. Time's a-wasting. So I got started on the gazebo, and I used the grid in Procreate, which I recently used to do those cat frames for the DTF shirts, and I'm using it again now to make this gazebo. And now I could get nice straight lines because the perspective is like, well, it's kind of mostly straight on, but also a little low to the ground, almost a cat's POV, maybe a little higher than a cat. And based on that logic, this should taper at the top. I have not drawn it to taper at the top, although I could warp it later, but I kind of like the lines just being straight up. But because of the low view, we're seeing the underside of the roof of the gazebo and then a little bit of the floor, but we're mostly seeing the underside of the roof. Does that make sense? I don't know. perspective is hard. Geometry is hard. Although, one, having a reference photo. Two, the grid made it so much easier. And so I'm using very straight lines for a lot of this, where you hold the pen, the line snaps into a perfectly straight line. But I will be tracing this onto a piece of mixed media paper or what have you to do traditionally. And when I do that, I'm not going to use a ruler. I'm just going to freehand it, so it should look a little less stiff in the final thing, but still very structured. Oh, and the scale of the gazebo, it's going to be smaller compared to the size of the paper. So it's really big, filling most of the page right now, but I'm going to shrink it down so we can have more of the scenery around the gazebo. Although I do want the focus to be the gazebo itself, but I want some greenery around it and some kitties wandering up to the gazebo, in addition to the kitties that are in, on, all over the gazebo. But yeah, this one just had to be done digitally. From the geometry of the gazebo itself to the placement of the kitties, there's no way I could do this drawn pencil to paper. So here we are. And I did have to make a lot of tweaks with it because I realized the way some of the wood planks did not make sense. And even just where it all connects to the top, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, does it make sense? I don't know. I can't draw in every little line and every thickness on everything because it's going to be too much. Like these vertical lines at the top of the gazebo, I didn't draw thickness. I drew them as flat 2D shapes, but that's just the way it is right now. Maybe I'll add a little bit of thickness later, but I think it's just going to be too much. So I need to add more detail. Like, what's the name for that decorative piece that goes in the inside corner of something? So like the opening of the gazebo is going to have this little curly thing in the corners at the top. And then I'm also not done the railing at the bottom. I got started on it. And of course, there'll be more, like at least a chair in the gazebo, maybe a table. We got to leave room for kitties though. But that's it for the actual structure. And then I got to add like greenery, vines, plants. I want moss on the ceiling, stuff like that. Just garden it up a little bit. And then of course the background and the cats. But that's progress. That's as far as I got on the gazebo. I'm actually quite proud of how it's looking so far. Praise the grid. Praise the grid. But that's as far as I got on the sketch because I remembered that I forgot about something. I looked up at the clock. It was 4:15, and I remembered it's Monday, it's mail pickup day, and I hadn't packed any of the orders. And the mail people can come anytime after 4 o'clock. That's when I have the pickup scheduled for. And I'm like, oh gosh, they could be here any second. And so I had 9 orders to pack. I just packed them at the speed of light. That was supposed to be part of today's vlog content, but there was no time. And I made it. I made it through all the orders. They haven't come for the pickup yet, thankfully. It's now just about 5 o'clock and I'm on supper duty tonight. So I'm probably just going to step away from the illustration for now. But yeah, here's where we're leaving off with the gazebo. We're working on the railing currently. Yeah. It's now Tuesday morning. I just got the vlog uploaded and was sitting back down to do some editing for the next vlog, and I heard a loud crash. Why? How? Anna, she's decapitated! What the fuck? I'm shocked this bow didn't break. Holy. Pascal! I think there's actually more of her arm missing. Also, when it fell, this started playing music because it's a music box. Got a little scuff. Ugh. Stitch! No! The little chips are what's going to be most annoying. Like, if something's a clean break, I'm hoping the head is a clean break, then that's pretty easy to fix. Here's the rest of your arm, Rapunzel. I'm looking at this doll display case. We have a lot of overlap here. I tied some string to keep it together, but it felt like the shelves were still not overhanging enough. And then I realized what's wrong with this. I have the shelf brackets on the outside. They're supposed to be on the inside. So like these two metal pieces need to either swap places or just flip 180 degrees. Like over here, The metal rod's on the inside, not the outside. So I should take this apart and reassemble it, which is what I will do, but not today. Also, I realized it wasn't just Anna's head missing, but her foot. It's right here. Okay, I've got one of the shirts on. I think for the belling canvas, I like the large. Comfort Colors is very roomy, so just keep that in mind. Check the size charts on everything before you order. This is a slightly looser than a Comfort Colors medium on me, I think, but it's tighter than the large Comfort Colors. So I've been trying this on repeatedly and taping the transfer on to try to see how high to do it, because first I had it too low. First I had it too low because the shirt is so long, but you don't want it centered on the whole shirt. You want it centered on your back. Obviously everyone's torso is different, but yeah, here's what I came up with. Hopefully that's good. And then this placement. This is gonna be kind of tricky with the various sizes. Like, I don't know how to measure the placement for this. Like, I've got a guideline now for size large, but for the other sizes, I'm like, how do I know where to place it? But now I can do a test press. The heat press is heated up. This is a size large Comfort Colors, which is baggier on me than the shirt I was just wearing. I do have this in medium, but I'm wearing the large because it's my painting shirt, because I'm also going to paint the edges of the big painting, although I might just save that footage for the next vlog, because this one's getting long enough. Here goes nothing. Oh, that's way too loose. Hold on. That's better. It was loosened to make way for a pressing pillow. Now I'm gonna let that cool because I feel like it works a lot better not to hot peel. These parchment sheets might not be big enough. They barely cover the medium-sized design. Can I just tape two sheets together? Or is that gonna leave a crease? Okay, I'm just gonna take this out from underneath because it's still pretty hot at the top. Cool down. Oh yeah, that cooled way faster once it was off of there. Okay. So yes, now we need the second press. So now parchment back on. Oh, that actually is not quite wide enough. Testing double sheet. Press again. You want high pressure for DTF transfers. You want to struggle to push this down. Yeesh. Okay. Oh. The parchment was sticking ever so slightly. It made me panic. Whee! Now let's do the front. There not be any grease down here. Like, I want the seams hanging out, but I don't want them to get dirty. Oh, I did get grease on it. Okay, we can't let that overhang. Ah! So might need to use a pressing pillow just because the bulk of this could interfere with how this presses. See, my fear is we're not going to have time to press these and do made-to-order embroidery and pack all the orders. So I almost need to just do them in advance and do them the way I planned, which is graphic on the back. And this feels nice and soft. I knew a line-based illustration would feel better than like a huge, big graphic block, although I still might do that someday because that would be a good way to get my full illustrations onto shirts. But DTF can feel a little bit papery at times. This feels amazing. Probably because of all the empty space. So let me try this on. So, cute, cute. And then back. I can't feel the graphic at all. Like, it doesn't feel crinkly or anything. Oh, that's cute. Here's roughly what it would look like on the front. Obviously my shirt's backwards, so the neckline's a little weird. I kind of want to stick to my original vision of it being a back only design because like when the orders come in, Christian's going to be embroidering. I'm going to be packing orders solo. So who's making the shirts? Like he might have time to make some if it's a big embroidery design that's going, but like it's just a lot, and I don't know, like I can do something else that's a front of shirt design. Not everything I make is going to be to everyone's taste. This was just designed to be like this, and I want to kind of keep it that way. Because then I can make a chunk of them ahead of time. Maybe not all of them, just in case the designs sell poorly. I haven't wasted a bunch of shirts. It will have been a waste of the transfers, but just to take some of the load off during launch, have a chunk of them pressed in advance. Like I could still do them all ahead of time and press some of them front, some of them back, but like it's just getting to be too much. It was designed to be a back graphic. I feel like it sits nicer on the back. So as of right now, that's what I'm leaning towards, is just this. Okay, I need to stop rambling. That's the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's the top part of the chandelier. And is a painted wood texture. It's hard to tell in the photo, was it gold or was it painted wood, but I thought it was a painted wood texture, and it is. I'm not gonna pull the whole base out, so let's just get a little close up.